everybody, it's me, Shell360, and we are live streaming to talk about no refunds. I know that I've talked about this quite a while back, but me and the Shawwal that lives here in Colorado Springs that I met, we had planned to go see Monsta X in, was it June or July? Can't remember. It was one of the J months. And we had pretty good seats to go see Monsta X. Not gonna lie, like good seats. Well, I just got a text message from her that the event has been postponed indefinitely and that the vendor who is hosting the event is not offering refunds at this time. The exact wording they have is, your event organizer is not allowing refunds at this time. Given the unprecedented circumstances, event organizers are constantly assessing the situation and making determinations regarding refunds. You can always check your Ticketmaster account later as the status may change. Okay, so I'm gonna put it to you this way. I get it, but at the same time, it fucking sucks. And I feel like the insurance company for Ticketmaster needs to eat this right now. So I understand why Monsta X can't come to America and tour in June and July. As far as I know, I believe California is still going to be shut down throughout July. So like that's a prime ticket area, entertainment area. And if they can't do that leg of the tour, it doesn't make sense to do the rest of the leg of the tour. I get that completely. Also, I don't want to be in a concert wearing a face mask. I would rather wait until things have kind of passed over. I'd love to wait until we have a vaccine and then be around a whole bunch of people. So I get it. But I also feel like, give me this money back. Give me this money back. And I feel give me this money back because I don't know about the rest of y'all. The only reason why I'm going to see uh, Monsta X is because they're coming to Denver. If Monsta X was going to Los Angeles, Dallas, Chicago, New York, I wouldn't see him. But Denver is within driving distance for me. So the only extra cost I have to go see them is the cost for parking, the cost for gas, and maybe a meal while I'm out. Now, if you're one of these fans that follows groups around the country, you're talking about hotel rooms, you're talking about airplane tickets, you're talking about food, you're talking about maybe renting a car, you're talking about a lot more expense than what I'm looking at. And the Ticketmaster company, when they refund you your ticket, they don't refund you what you've paid for to be able to go to that event. And this has happened to me before. Many years ago. I think it was like maybe close to 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, I was supposed to go see Janet Jackson in Denver. And she canceled. And I had already flown to Denver to see her. I stayed with my mom. Thank goodness I didn't have to pay for a hotel room and I didn't have to pay for a car or anything like that. But the flight money that I spent to fly to Denver and to fly back home, I didn't get any of that back, nor did I expect that I was going to give it back. But I did get a refund on that ticket because I deserved. It was meant to happen. It was supposed to happen. And I understand that coronavirus has caused so many events to cancel that companies like Ticketmaster are thinking to themselves, we'll go out of business if we refund everybody. But that's why these corporations have insurance. Literally, that's why you have insurance. Venues have insurance, Ticketmaster has insurance. All these corporations have insurance for days like this. And a lot of them also have lobbyists that help them get bills passed in government to protect them and their interests. Why don't these lobbyists spend their time getting the government to bail them out so they can give these fucking refunds? That would help many Americans who are out of ticket money. And I want to be very clear. I don't mind the fact that it has to be postponed. I get that. But I think that a refund should be an option. I'm not saying you have to automatically refund everybody, but I do really believe refunding should be an option. And I also want to be very clear, I'm not mad about Monsta X and their involvement with this because I know that they had nothing to do with the postponement. Like, there's just really nothing that they could do with this situation. It has nothing to do with them. I think it'd be awesome in terms of like goodwill building if the company was to work with their event coordinators to get these refunds, but it's a double-edged sword. If they were to put the pressure on the venues to give refunds to their fans, then if they wanted to reschedule the concert, there's a good chance these venues won't book with them again because they've lost so much money. So there's really nothing that Monster X, their record label, or the Korean record label could do for this. There's really nothing. So I get it, but it still fucking sucks. I don't like it, and I'm on the hook now for $260 on the ticket, and I would really like to get that money back. I don't need it right now, thank God. But I mean, if I was somebody who did need that money, this would really hurt me, and it would put a sour taste in my mouth about the artist I'm going to see. Like, even though I know Monsta X has nothing to do with this, I'd be very hesitant to try to buy tickets months in advance because of stuff like this happening, you know? So, yeah, I just want to talk about that really briefly. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about, because this is a very short live stream because I'm still in the middle of my workday. I noticed people were clearing the searches because apparently there was a rumor going around that Jungkook was in a bar during coronavirus when people really shouldn't be gathering, and so the armies were trying to clear the searches so that you can't look up what the deal is. I didn't see any pictures, and then I heard that the person who started the gossip about it has since apologized, but it brings me back to a conversation I had about Shiny and about Key specifically. Mind your business. Leave people alone. Let people live. Like, just shut up. Just shut up. I don't care that Jungkook was in a bar drinking. I don't care. Now, granted, it's a bad look to be in the bar, you know, when people are being encouraged not to gather. I think that that sets a bad precedent. It makes you look bad. It makes you look foolish. But at the same time, a lot of the hubbub, which I cannot believe in 2020 we're having this conversation, a lot of the hubbub is about the fact that it was a gay bar. I know, like, and what? I don't care if it's a gay bar, if it's a straight bar. I don't care if it's a cat cafe. So what? The only thing I care about is you were in a place where people have been told not to publicly gather, and you're defying the laws and the rules of your community. That's the only thing I really care about. And so people being upset because they don't want the gay rumor to be on their idol, it tells a lot about who you are as a person. If that's your concern rather than being at the bar.
You'd rather have people get coronavirus than be gay.
Yeah, it's like people, I've noticed that people were very clear to say, oh, he was at a bar, not at a gay bar. That doesn't make it better, sis. If you're gonna say he didn't do it, be like he wasn't at the bar, period. That, to me, is a more defensible position. To be like, somebody made this up, he was never at the bar, he was at the house. But to be like, oh yeah, he was at the bar, but it wasn't a gay bar. Fuck out of here, man. Totally the fuck out of here. Like, already, me and Mason, our boys love vlogs, which you should watch on Mason's channel, MBK Pop 1997. You know what's up. We've had to talk about the fact that, you know, there are so many straight women who love boys love. There are so many straight women who love fan fiction and love OTPs within groups. But yet and still, the idea of real life gay turns them completely off. Mm-hmm. Makes them completely upset and like, I don't want nothing to do with it. This is disgusting. I'm homophobic.
Why don't you want me though?
I tweeted about how I was watching an episode of Tharn Type, and one of the comments in the comment section was, I want to be a guy. I want to be a gay. I want to be a bottom.
Well, it's okay for the men to be gay just as long as they're okay with like you watching or they want you to join in.
I don't think they're okay with the men being gay. To be honest with you,
yeah.
I don't think they're okay. They're okay with their fantasy. Mm-hmm. They're okay with people being caricatures, being devices to get from point A to point climax. But they don't actually care about people. when they write their fan fiction, rape is something that is completely acceptable as long as it turns into love later. When they talk about gay people, it's always a super handsome guy and then a really feminine, beautiful, pretty guy. And it's like,
Who's so sensitive.
and they're all
He's
young and they're all
protecting.
rich and they're all, this, that, the other. And it's like, there are 70-year-old gay men out here. There are gay women in the nursing home.
I love the old gay men reacts channel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
There's ugly gay people. There's disabled gay people.
true.
There's all kinds, just like there's all kinds of straight people, there's all kinds of gay people. And if your acceptance of gay is, oh, well, it's got to be young and beautiful and they have to fit a certain type, then you're not an ally, you're not a friend, and you need to find some help because there's something not connecting in your mind for you to support one and not support the other. Seriously, you're fucked in the head. You need to get that shit taken care of. I don't like it. I don't like it.
That was a read.
I don't like it. I think that shit is mad foul. People live real lives. People live real lives, and people who build up these fantasies and are only accepted as long as it matches the fantasy, fuck out of here. I feel the same way about being a black person. There are a lot of people who love black entertainment. There's a lot of people who love black culture, but there's a lot of people who could give a damn about actual black
The
people.
Kardashians.
Like when we talk about police brutality or systematic racism or anything else that affects us as a people, nobody wants to hear that noise. But everybody wants to know how come they can't get a hood pass so they can say the N-word when they're trying to bop along to Kendrick Lamar or anybody else.
Hairstyle. I can wear braids. Braids are owned by black people.
Yeah, you
Why
like
can't I
you
wear
like
my
everything
edges?
about us, but you don't like us.
That true.
And it fucking sucks. Same thing with K-pop idols. Don't act like you don't realize how fucking shitty it is that so many people are quick to talk about, oh, it's those people in Wuhan eating them fucking bats and everything else that caused coronavirus. And some of them same people are like, oh my god, Sugar from BTS is so cute.
Ooh.
Now, granted, a Chinese person and a Korean person are not the same person. But to have this stereotype of Asian people to where you're not going to Asian food restaurants and you're not going to Chinatown and you're not buying from Asian vendors, but at the same time, I love my K-pop faves. Do you really? Or do you love the fantasy of what they represent? Because if you loved them, you would maybe check some of your undercover bias that you have. Because a lot of you have it. And it hurts. It hurts. I can't even imagine what it must feel like to be somebody who all over the world you are famous. Yet and still, when something happens like coronavirus, all of a sudden you are being called down to the stupidest and worst stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a trash move. It's trash. It's things that trash people do. And I expect y'all to be better. I expect us to be better. I really, really do. I really expect us to be better. But I just want to talk about that because it was on my mind and it made me mad. And I don't know, man. I don't know. Every day I find a new reason to hate being a K-pop stan. I can't stop myself because it's the genre that I love, but every day I find a new reason to hate being a K-pop stan because it's just infuriating. It's infuriating how many contradictions we have, how hypocritical people can be, like just the raw nature of avarice that's out there in social media every single day. It just makes you want to crawl into a hole and never come out of it. And you try to find friends and you try to find your gang and people that you can get along with, but at the same time, somebody will say something completely out of pocket and you're like, oh man, I thought I was safe this time, but I guess not. So yeah, it hurts. It really, really hurts. just being a black K-pop fan, let me get really honestly specific with you. Just being a black K-pop fan in and of itself is already hard enough. Like, you will tell somebody, "Hey, what you're doing is culturally insensitive," and you'll have another K-pop fan of color say, "Well, I'm a K-pop fan of color and I'm not offended by it, so that means it's okay." Since when do you speak for everybody?
Mm.
I don't remember us having a black election and deciding that you would be the representative of all blacks and anything you say represent the views of the rest of us.
If anything, vote mom for black president.
I would be a really good black president, guys. But yeah, like, I don't recall us having a community-wide ballot system and we're like, okay, when it comes to matters of K-pop and appropriation, we have decided that Sandra Ellis is going to be the representative for the Black Coalition. That never happened.
Sandra Ellis.
Somebody I made up, girl. But that's never happened. And so for you to fix your mouth and say, "Well, I'm not mad, so it must be okay," you don't talk for me. You don't speak for me. You don't even know me. So how can you tell anybody else that it's okay on my behalf?
Mm.
Fuck out of here.
Mm.
Fuck out of here.
Mm.
You know, it's just like every time people are like, "Oh, well, Martin Luther King said this, and black folks need to go by this." We never elected Martin Luther King the representative of all black people. Martin Luther King was around the same time as Malcolm X, and Malcolm X said to pick up guns. So, pick and choose your heroes, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it is really hard because you'll say, "I'm offended by you performing a song where you're lip syncing the N word over and over and over." And some other person say, "Well, they just don't know what they're talking about and we shouldn't be mad at them." Well, I have a right to be mad because you're coming for my black coin. And so I'm allowed to say something. And I'm saying you're allowed to say that you're not offended too. I also want to make that very clear. Just like you don't speak for me, I don't speak for you. You may not be offended about this behavior. This may be all fine and good for you. You're not mad. You've got plenty of Asian friends. It's all right. I'm talking about for me. And just like I don't speak for you, you don't speak for me. So allow me to have my hurt feelings. Allow me to feel some sort of a way. Maybe let me be really upset about the fact that haha continues to flourish in Korea with them fake ass dreads. Like, it's just, I'll never get over that. Is it haha or was it skull? It may be skull.
I don't know. I don't know these people.
I think haha is the comedian from the variety show, and Skull is the rap partner with the dreads. Correct me if I'm wrong, but haha and Skull are a rap team, and one of them is on.
I think it's haha.
One of them is on Infinite Challenge or Running Man.
Yeah, haha.
Yeah, that's haha. So it must be Skull. Look up Skull and haha. I think Skull is the one I'm talking about. So Skull, I believe I'm talking right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Skull wears fake dreadlocks and has forever. And he raps reggae. And that's part of the reason why Korea calls dreadlocks reggae hair, is because these Korean reggae rappers put on the hair. Anyway, he has a video of him in a hotel room and walking through the streets with a black girl. And in the video, that black girl is his girlfriend, and he raps about how much he likes her titties and how much he likes her ass. And then in the video, the uncut version of the video, her breast is completely exposed while he's kissing all over her. Now, he's not naked, but she is. And first of all, he can't rap, so fuck that guy. But secondly, no one in Korea has ever said a word about that. No one has ever said a word about that. There are black fans who have said it over and over again. This shit is foul. This shit is crazy. I can't believe this is allowed to flourish. Fuck out of here. But in the comments of same said video that I'm telling you about, there are black fans saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I..." No, not even that. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see a love story with a Korean man and a black woman.
Get out of here!
I'm so glad that we're being seen as symbols of beauty and sexuality and that men want to be with us.
To Sawarita. What is this?
And I'm just going to tell you this right now. Don't lump me in with them thirsty bitches. Don't lump me in with them Me Too's. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not so desperate for love and acceptance that I'm gonna be used as a fucking sexual accessory. Like no. If it means that I'm not gonna get my oppa, then fuck out of here. I'll stay alone because that's not the kind of attention I want. I'm not so desperate for someone to tell me I look good that I'm gonna let you treat me like I'm a piece of jewelry or I'm a pillow on the bed. If you really value me, if you really want to tell me how much you like my beauty, treat me the same way you do homegirl who lives down the street. If homegirl that lives down the street is considered beautiful by you and the rest of the neighbors, treat me like her. That way I'll know that you also consider me beautiful. But don't have me out here half naked rolling around on the bed, legs gapped, doing all the things that I know I shouldn't be doing and be like, see, I told you, you're a sexual object as well. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I don't need that. I have a college degree. I don't need that. But that's why I say you would think that we could all agree on something. But it's not true. We all have different opinions of what's appropriate. And I just want to put this out here as well. I just want to put this out here too. If you are a non-POC K-pop fan, and a POC K-pop fan says that they are upset about cultural appropriation, maybe about lyrics that are used, or hairstyles that are used, or clothing that is used, do not, and I repeat, do not say, well, my black K-pop friend said it was okay. Don't do that shit. I shouldn't have to tell you this because it's 2020. But nothing speaks of I'm racist but don't want to be seen as racist as saying, well, my black friend said, or well, my Asian friend said, or oh, my Filipino friend said, or oh, my Mexican friend said.
I don't want to speak over you,
Don't
but
do that.
according to my Tamil friend, I don't think this is that offensive.
Yeah,
really
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So many people do that. So many people are like, well, I called my friend in that country and they said it's not offensive. So I don't see. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. I would never, so you should never. I never have an opinion about something and be like, well, when I was talking to my white friend, they said this isn't really that big a deal. I'm allowed to use Karen. Now, I'm still going to use Karen anyway because that's just funny to me. But
wait, do y'all think, any white people in the chat, do y'all think that this is a slur?
Some people might think Karen is a slur. But I would never jump out my face to say, well, I was talking to my white friend and she said she's okay with me using Karen. If you're going to have your opinion, let it be your opinion. Don't try to go to one member of a population to see if you can get the pass from them to use it as a blanket statement. That's so fucking shitty. That's so fucking tired. That's so fucking stupid. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Your mama should have told you this a long time ago. This is a lesson you should have learned way, way back. Because just like I said, one person doesn't speak for everybody. If I have a friend named Lydia who tells me it's okay to use honky, we're fine with that, but it makes you feel offended, then are you going to say that me asking Lydia makes it okay for me to use it to you? No, you're going to say that's her opinion. But for me and mine, I don't like it. And I should respect you for that. And I hate to have to flip it around. Like, I hate to have to mirror image every fucking thing. I feel like it's unfair for me. In order for me to get a point across, I gotta fucking flip that shit so you can finally get it when it refers to you. I feel like if you're a compassionate human being and you have empathy for the rest of the world, I shouldn't have to put your feet in it for you to understand it. But that's the way it has to be done sometimes because people around here are fucking mad as shit and wild as hell. So here we are. Here we fucking are. But yeah, it really pissed me off because, like I said, I don't give a damn if old boy is in the bar. You shouldn't be in the bar gathering because you know coronavirus. But I don't care what kind of bar it is. And people who are offended about, oh well, it's because we don't want people to think he's whatever. Be real allies. Be real allies to people of color. Be real allies to people that are part of the LGBTQ plus community. Be real allies to those who are differently abled. Be real allies. Because at this point in the game, we need it. Because we're all about to be united by poverty. Don't get it twisted. Don't think it can't happen to you. Part of what's happening with coronavirus is that more than ever, it's widening the divide between the rich and the poor. Because those people that were just kind of in the middle, barely making it happen, a lot of those people are in jobs that are not considered essential workers, and they're finding that they're losing all of their income. And now all of a sudden, those people that were on their way to not being poor are being pushed right back into poverty. So this whole, oh, I don't like you because you're this, or I don't like you because you're that, and I'm a part of this group of people and a part of that group of people, we're all about to be serfs to the kings and queens of the world. This is when we need to get together. We need to get together on this because it's getting really bad for a lot of people. Really, really bad. So that's all I have to say right now. I mean, I just want to make sure that when you, whoever you are that watches my videos, when you are here, that you understand that this is a safe place for us. I know a lot of people don't have safe spaces online. They don't have places where they feel like they can be their entire selves and still be accepted. There are people that are scared of revealing their trans status. There are people that are scared of revealing their LGBTQ plus status. There are people that are scared that if people know what nationality they are, that the conversation will change, or that people are hiding their true selves until they're sure that a certain nationality isn't in the room. And I'm telling you this, that's not what this place is. This place is come as you are. But the hazards of a place like this that's come as you are is that you got to hear my entire mouth and watch me show my whole ass and be down with that and be cool with it, you know. And also, if you come up in here, know that all of the people that you think you might not like might very well be in this same room. And if you don't want no shit, you better not start no shit. So, you know, I don't take kindly to people talking bad about a population just because I'm not in it. And you'd be wise to take these lessons and these rules and these conversations we're having here and apply them to your everyday life. Because there are a lot of times when people talk super spicy at the grocery store or in the bank or at the nail salon or whatever else, and you don't know who's sitting around you and knows what the fuck you're saying and doing and what impact they could have on the rest of your future. You know, you may be in the nail salon with somebody who's doing your nails who you think doesn't speak English because they have a thick accent and they're speaking in their native language around you. And then they realize, oh, this bitch is talking mad shit about me. And then they totally crack your face in front of everybody. Because it will happen, and it can happen, and it does happen routinely. So maybe just fix yourself so that you can operate in every space and not be ashamed of your behavior because you know better. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me, and I hope that you have a fantastic day. I continue to pray for your safety, pray for your health, and I look forward to the day when we can start having lunch together again. I miss people. I miss people. My only person is Stephanie, and she's leaving soon, so it's gonna be really lonely once that girl is gone. Baby, I love you.
I love you too.
That's okay. My other son, he'll stay home. Ain't that right, Vernon?
That is right. I stay home.
What a good boy. Anyway, thank you so much. Bye, guys.